Hello good people, this is Fisher12 and we have another exciting bro talk for you guys today as always, and today we're going to be talking about gas prices and how they work. As many of you have probably heard or even seen, there's been a huge decrease in gas prices in the United States, and this is actually a pretty complex topic because there are many factors that can impact the price of oil, and there are many things that the price of oil impacts itself. There are a lot of variables to this overall equation, so I'm going to do my best to explain in layman's terms and really focus on what's been happening recently and why. And I think this would be really interesting topic to cover because I think it's good to know what's going on in the world around us, to be a little more informed, a little more cultured, a little more worldly, especially because this is a part of society that everyone has to deal with. Even if you're not necessarily buying gas or oil directly, you are definitely dealing with the economy in some way, and understanding gas is a good way to understand how the economy works. So I thought it would be a good topic to cover. So let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. If not, then we don't have to do any more videos like this, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think after the video. But just some quick background info. Most countries import their petroleum or their oil from other countries who have a lot of oil shales. The United States imports the second most oil out of any country in the world. The first is the EU, and the United States actually has two major countries that we get most of our petroleum from, and that's Canada and Saudi Arabia. And the price of oil is determined by a little concept called supply and demand. Actually, supply and demand is probably the most fundamental concept of our economy, and supply and demand refers to how available a product is versus how much people want it. The basic principle behind it is if you have a lot of something, you can sell it at a lower price because there's more of it, so you can still make all your money back or make a profit. And then it's also the reverse of that is true. If I have little of something, it should be more expensive because there's less of it and I need to sell it at a higher price to make my money back. Now, there are also underlying concepts to this supply and demand rule about how the supply can be high, but if the demand is higher than the supply, then the price will still remain at an increase. And the reverse of that is also true, but that's not necessarily relevant here. But how does this all translate into overall lower gas prices? Well, the best way to explain is with tubs of G Fuel. So let's all venture out to a LAN event where I'm selling tubs of G Fuel, and let's say I'm selling tubs of G Fuel for $3. Then suddenly a new guy starts selling tubs of G Fuel for $2 each. Now, this initially makes me mad, but because I'm friends with the good guys over at Gamma Labs, I get to buy my tubs of G Fuel at a lower price than this new guy. Then I can start selling tubs of G Fuel for $1 each and still end up making a huge profit. Now, because I'm selling G Fuel at such a great price, I seem like this awesome person that everyone loves, and even as an added bonus, this guy seems like a greedy jerk for selling G Fuel at such a high price. So now that I'm making so much money, I can buy and sell even more G Fuel, and this guy will eventually have to leave the event because everyone hates him so much and no one is buying from him anymore. But once he leaves, I can raise my price back up to $3 because there's no one else to buy G Fuel from, so I will ultimately still be loved and even richer than before. So how does that analogy translate back to the United States with supply and demand? Well, in the analogy, I would be Saudi Arabia, and the United States is this other guy, this new guy. So Saudi Arabia has an extra large supply of oil, and because we depend on Saudi Arabia to send us oil, if they decide to send us a lot of oil, more than usual, our supply has increased. Now, the United States has two options with our increased oil supply. We can either keep oil at the same price and become the greedy jerk, or we can follow the principle that supports the backbone of our economy, and we can drop the price of oil and match the rest of the world. And as you might have guessed, naturally the price of gas does fall, but this does beg the question, why would Saudi Arabia help us? Why would they give us more oil? But this is unfortunately unanswered at this point. There are political and economic analysts, I'm sure, studying this stuff right now as you listen to this commentary this very second. There are a ton of proposed reasons right now at this point. One of them is that Saudi Arabia wants to build their relationship with the United States and become an ally. Another proposed reason is that they're slowly trying to cripple our economy by making us drop our gas prices unintentionally. But only time will tell. We'll have to see. But that's how and why gas prices are dropping in the United States currently. Some people are saying this is permanent. Some people are saying it's temporary. But again, only time will tell. But let me know in the comments down below what you think will happen. But that is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Fisher12, same as the channel name. There'll be a link down in the description alongside a link to my live stream over at twitch.tv/Fisher12. I live stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.